If you have been through a traumatic life experience that has completely altered life as you know it, and you don't feel like the same person, and you're grieving and you're feeling disoriented, I want you to listen to this message. You can trust me because I'm going through a very similar life-altering circumstance. You have leveled up and glowed up more than you even know because you're so hung up in the swirling depression and sad feelings of the loss of that attachment that you're not even noticing the ways in which you have leveled up. So hear me out. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story and maybe you can relate. From the minute that I walked away from my toxic relationship, of course I felt sadness and the sudden shock of the loss of this attachment. But all of a sudden, my nervous system became more regulated. I felt safer in my body. I rested for 2 months because my body needed to relax and recover from the fight or flight it had been in for 12 months. So already, from the second I walked away from that toxic relationship, I was doing better because I felt safer in my body. And then as the days started to slowly pass by, I would look around and see my friend group and see loved ones that I had allowed in my life for a very long time. And because I had been in that toxic relationship and had been so mistreated for 12 months, I started to see those same patterns in other people around me. And I developed a no tolerance policy for people that would bring that toxicity and mistreatment into my life. And so I started to cut people out of my life that were no longer safe. So now my circle around me, they are ride or dies, they are solid, they are trustworthy. So now my life has improved in that way. Because my brain power and space was no longer being taken up with worrying about him and did he love me and was he going to choose me, now all of a sudden I could focus on myself. I started to read books and listen to podcasts so that I could learn how to pour back into myself and give myself the love and the security that he wasn't able to give to me. And over time, I became the person that could give myself the greatest love I've ever known. I could be that safe haven for myself. What a gift. So you can see where I'm going here. I also want to talk about now the amount of time, headspace, and confidence that I have. I can pour into my endeavors. I can pour into my passions and my creations. So even though there are moments where, yes, I am sad and I miss my attachment to him, in all areas of my life, I have leveled up. Does that mean my life is perfect? Does it mean that I am not lacking certain things that I want? No, of course not. I would love an amazing divine union relationship. I know that in juxtaposition to the last relationship that I had. I know now what I don't want, and I know now what I deserve and what I will wait for. That's another thing. The quality of men that I've attracted into my life, although they're not as plentiful as they once were when I had no standards, the men I have in my life now are safe. They are upfront. They are honest. They take care of me. They are in their masculine. When I go on dates now, it's a good use of my time because I've heavily vetted them and they are a much higher standard than I was attracting before. So even the quality of men that I now have in my life, I have leveled up. Have I met the one? Have I met my person? No, and I would like to someday. But you don't think that I'm going to level up in that area as well? Of course I am, because I have leveled up in every other area of my life. So the point is, no matter how depressed you are right now, and no matter how much you may be feeling sorry for yourself, I want you to take a second and go back and take stock of how your life has improved since you left that toxic situation. And now it's literal physics. You have to continue to level up and you have to continue to improve your life because you have in all other areas. Don't doubt for a second that leaving that toxic situation was the best thing that ever happened to you and that you will continue to level up and get everything you've ever wanted